1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that 3, 2, I'll stop calling. And also, yeah, I'm gonna play it. It's very, very loud. Just because anything like that, anything to do with weapon, anything classed as a weapon, anything classed as something to harm somebody else is illegal, and you will do jail time or maybe fined, but I feel like it's jail time because it's just not allowed. And if you have a problem with this video, I'm not the problem, sorry to say. Yeah. Hello beautiful people. So this video is in different parts. I'm going to be talking about things that, you know, our phones can do to keep us safe. I'm going to be talking about other things and items that we can buy and purchase to keep us safe. And I'm also going to be talking about, you know, just general things that maybe you don't know and you should know about. So let's get into it. Now, I feel like iPhones has a range, and I'm not here to advertise iPhone, please. I'm just saying that that's what I have, so I kind of know the kind of things it does. But I did actually find something on Samsung, and I know Samsung also does do quite a few things in terms of personal safety, and I'll pin that right here, right now. Okay, so now back to iPhones. I realized that there's actually quite a few things you can do. So one thing, for example, is sharing your location. Now, this is something that I do. I feel like even as a woman, there's a lot of things that I do that I didn't really realize until I went on social media and I saw that other ladies do this too. So things like messaging your friends to say you're home, things like when I wear rings sometimes and I feel like people are hassling, I turn my rings the other way around just to basically pretend that I'm married so that I'm not hassled. For example, another thing that I do is like walk in a certain kind of way, and if I feel like I don't like, you know, the kind of group that's popping up or the kind of people that are popping up behind me, then I take a different route and things like that. There's so many other things that I can't even remember off the top of my head. It's just basically natural, and you know, you don't realize that it's not just you. And I feel like for a long time I really thought it was just me, but then being on social media and just seeing this is something like that a lot of women go through and a lot of women experience, you know, things like your heart beating really fast, and yeah, it's just crazy. And this is daytime and nighttime things, so I don't really want people coming here saying, oh, but you walk in the night. It's not that. It's literally things that happen on a regular basis, on a casual basis, and it's things that shouldn't be happening. You know, as a woman shouldn't have to feel some kind of way to walk on the street. Do you get? What you can do first of all is on your iPhone. So when you create a new message, for example, here I have a new message, and then down here you can see all the different tabs, and I'm going to select one that basically is Google Maps, which is that one. I'm going to select the Google Maps one. Then it gives me the option at the bottom to send my location. It says your location. So obviously I'll put who's ever contact I want to send my location to, and then I send my location to them and they can see where I am. That's how you can do it on iMessage. Now on WhatsApp, which is what I do a lot, you go to your whatever chat it is that you want to send it to, and you press that plus button in the corner right there, and then when you press that, it gives you this option of like more and things like that. And then what you want to do is click on more, and then when you click on more, the location thing pops up. Then when location pops up, this thing pops up right here, and then you see your location, and then you say share live location to whoever it is you're trying to share your live location to. My friends and I do this a lot, just because sometimes we're going out or we're in a cab, especially when you're in the cab, bro, you just want to be safe really, and your live location means that as the person is moving, as you're moving, the cursor moves as well. Sometimes you have to be careful not to share just your location. I mean, if you're staying in one place, then yeah, just share that location. But if you're moving, like if you're on a journey, you want to make sure you share your live location, so that if you move as well, like your friends or whoever it is you sent it to will basically be able to follow you and see where you're moving to as well. So that's a really useful one. So I've showed you the iMessage one and the WhatsApp one. Next, I'm going to show you guys the SOS support help, which you can do. There's actually two different types. There's another new iPhones, when you turn them off, it has this option, so I'll show you. When you turn it off, you basically press the top one, the top volume, and then this other one, like this, and then yeah, but I'm going to cancel it. But I read that if you basically keep holding it, like keep holding those two things, it automatically calls you know, the emergency number. Like if you don't keep holding it and it pops up, I'm going to hold it again, you basically swipe and then whoopsie, I'm not going to do it, but you basically swipe and then it calls the emergency number. If you don't have the capacity to swipe because you're somewhere, or maybe you have your hands in your pocket or whatever, you just hold it down, that thing will pop up and then it will automatically call. I didn't try it, but I read it online and I'm sure it should work. If you want to risk it and call, please do, but I don't want to call someone to my house by accident. Also, with everything that I'm saying today, you know, do your own research as well. You want to make sure that you're sure and you try it out. I do try quite a few things out, but I've been trying out quite a bit because I've been checking and rehearsing and things like that, and I don't want to call again by accident. Another thing you could do is go to settings. So in settings on iPhone, if you scroll down, you'll see, for example, the emergency SOS. Oh, my screen is so dirty. Oh my gosh. The emergency SOS. When you click on that, this pops up. And then you have different options. So call with side button, I've enabled that now, but it wasn't enabled before. And then it has auto call. So you know how I said that if you, for example, have in your pocket and then you hold these two things down, and then you keep holding it, it should automatically call. That's because I have enabled auto call. Now you also have to enable auto call for it to automatically call emergency help. I have enabled countdown sound. That's only because sometimes I press those two by accident and I don't even know that it's happening. When you count down, it counts down from 3, I believe. So it goes 3, 2, 1, and the sound is so freaking loud. But I'll play it just so you can hear it later on. But you might not want to play it, so you can always remove that option for yourself. But yeah, call with side button is really good because basically what it does is you press this one 5 times. If you press it 5 times, then it automatically calls emergency help for you, I believe. And also what I would say is, if you don't have favorite contacts, have favorite contacts, just because sometimes certain features don't call helpline, certain features call your emergency contacts, which I think is your favorites. So you want to make sure that you do that. And if you have a Samsung phone or iPhone phone, play around with it, see what options, see what things you can do. And because at the end of the day, you want to feel safe and comfortable that you know what to do if the emergency should arise. So anyway, remember how I was here and I was talking about call with side button? I'm just going to show you what happens when I do that. So what has to be done is you have to press this button 5 times. So when you press that button 5 times, what happens is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that 3, 2, I'll stop calling. And because I've enabled the sound, you can hear that sound alerting, but in some cases the sound won't alert. If you don't want the sound, take the sound thing off. It's literally 3, 2, 1, and I only pressed this button 5 times, and it didn't call them. I cancelled it, didn't call them. But in the case where I don't cancel, it will call emergency service. Now the next part of this video is just to show you guys things and items that you could have and use for your personal safety. Now, I don't know if you know this, but in the UK it is illegal to carry things like pepper spray. It's also illegal to carry anything that could cause harm to somebody else, especially if it's intentional harm you're trying to do. So a lot of people obviously advise, you know, carrying like a personal alarm. I have this one, which actually I think either was given to me by work or I got it from somewhere, I can't remember where. This is it. You can attach it to your key or whatever. Obviously I attach my key with this, but it's not really hanging on. But anyway, this is it, and I like my one because it has like a flashlight thingy. So I press this button here and it's got lights. And also yeah, I'm gonna play it. It's very, very loud. This thing, I remove it and then it makes that very loud sound, and it doesn't stop making the sound until you put it back in. So literally you remove it from there and it makes a really loud sound, and then you pop it back in. If anybody's starting you know, creeping up on you or about to startle you up, you literally just pull it, and then that sound basically attracts people. Because you know how when someone's car alarm goes off, it's basically that sound, like a car alarm has gone off but much louder, and like I think it's higher frequency, so it's very annoying. And when someone's car goes off near me, I'm always looking like, oh, who is that? You're not gonna stop it, you're not gonna, you know. But it attracts people. That's the point. The point is to attract people to come to your rescue. TikTok has been very good for me, actually. I found some new different things that I could use, possibly. So like I said before, in the UK it's illegal to carry self-protection or like harming others. It's just illegal. So there are things like sprays that you could carry. A lot of people say things like, you know, carrying your hairspray with you, like a small bottle, or your body spray with you, because those are normal everyday things that you would carry anyway. And if you're caught with them, you can like obviously explain it as it's something you use. it's not that you're carrying, I don't know, like one knife like this, or you know, one hammer like this. You can't be doing that, because legit, if you're caught, you will do jail time. Another thing is, if you get stopped and you know you have certain things with you and the police officer asks you, why do you have it, do not say it's because I'm trying to protect myself. Do not say because I'm trying to use it as a weapon. Literally, you will go to jail. Just because anything like that, anything to do with weapon, anything classed as a weapon, anything classed as something to harm somebody else is illegal, and you will do jail time. Or maybe fined, but I feel like it's jail time, because it's just not allowed, which is very, very unfortunate, because it limits significantly what we can carry to protect ourselves, or what we can have to protect ourselves. But like I said, it's in those everyday item things that you carry around with you that will keep you safe. Like, for example, let's say, for example, you know, you play sports. You play tennis, you play baseball, badminton, whatever, and you know, you have your bat or your racket with you in your car. And you can prove that that's actually something that you do. Maybe on Thursdays or Tuesdays, you go out with your friends in the park and you guys, you know, hit a ball together. You then have a reason to carry that bat with you, because it's something that you legit, you have tournaments, you have play dates, that's something you carry with you. But if it's now that you're carrying a baseball bat in the middle of the street because you want to defend yourself, you're going to jail. Like, sorry to put it that way, but it's just not allowed. But obviously, if it's in those everyday items, those everyday things, which is why some people's keychains are filled with keys, because they can easily bring it out, slash, I shouldn't say that, but you know, defend yourself in a certain kind of way and then be safe. Anything you can put that is a normal everyday item that you can use in the event of likelihood of, you know, you being attacked or harassed or whatever, then that can be done, and you can justify it as is something that you use every day, and you didn't carry it as a weapon, you didn't carry it because you want to harm someone. Remember, you will go to jail. I feel like people know this, but just in case, I'm going to say this again. Things that are normal every day, carry those things. Those are the things that you can justify. Pen, I've said spray, blah, 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 blah. But remember, you're not carrying it as a weapon. You're carrying it because it's just something you naturally carry, right? And if something was to happen, you know you could use it. I feel like I shouldn't making this video is going to be put down, but you know what I'm saying? I'm saying what needs to be said, because somebody out there needs to hear this so that you don't get into trouble. Remember, if you carry something that you intend to use, for example, like I said, hammer, strange other pepper spray, whatever, even if you don't use it, if you're caught with it, you could still face, you know, troubling times ahead, because you shouldn't have been carrying those things. In the UK, they're very, very strict. Obviously, nobody stops us and searches. In some cases, yes. But, you know, obviously, you think you can get away with it. But trust me when I say you want to be safe and not sorry at the end of the day. So try and do things that you know are on the legal side of the way we can do things. Another thing is obviously to, like, if possible, try and like practice self-defense. I know there's a lot of YouTube videos out there. I know there's a lot of things even online, TikTok, you know, Google, you know, there's different things that you can learn to do using those kind of platforms that you can teach yourself to do. We know that obviously things like using our hands, punching someone, pushing someone away, scratching someone, that kind of thing, you know, protecting yourself. Firstly, I would say, you know, when walking down a street, you know, try and not put your hands in your pockets too much, just because if somebody is to startle you from behind, by the time you get your hand out to the person, you know, it's, you know, you never know how it can happen. So if possible, make sure your hands are free when you're walking. Also try and not be on your phone. I know I'm the kind of person that literally I'll be walking on the road with my phone like this, because I need to wear glasses sometimes, so literally it is literally this close to my face, and it stops me from seeing other things. So somebody could be approaching me and I wouldn't even know it. So anything that could distract you from, you know, being safe or anything like that, you know, let's try and avoid that. I know you guys have seen all the things online. Yeah, we know things like, you know, try not to be by yourself if possible, things like wearing comfortable footwear, things like not drinking just so that you are actually alert and physically able, you know, things like not playing too much of loud music so that if people are walking up behind you, someone's walking up behind you, you can hear them. But I would say yes, do those things, but I think at the end of the day, I know that we don't want to hear this, but if we have male friends or male people that we can speak and educate on what's not appropriate to do to a woman, then please let us do that too, because it's very annoying to keep getting to the point where we're having to adjust ourselves because of the issues or the faults with others. Is actually very, very annoying. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but not all men, not all people, this is not what always goes on. But at the end of the day, and I will put a TikTok video later on to cite what I'm saying right now, but at the end of the day, it's not about that. Yes, it isn't all the men, but it's actually a large number of people, of women that have been sexually harassed or assaulted. So if you're saying it's not all men and you're saying it's just a little bit of men, are these little bit of men harassing and sexually assaulting all these lots of women? Surely it's not just a little bit of men, is it? So yeah, I think we need to come to that point where we start to educate our friends, our siblings. If you hear them say something that isn't appropriate about women or about certain things, you know, call them out on it. Tell them that, bro, you shouldn't be thinking that, you shouldn't be saying that. You know, even little things. I know that to guys this doesn't seem like a big deal, but things like catcalling, discern the situation. If a woman is alone, she probably doesn't want to go through that right now. She probably doesn't have time for that right now. She's probably on the way to do something. She probably has loads of things on her mind and she doesn't want to hear it. She doesn't want to go through it. If it's a setting where that's acceptable, then by all means, you know, go her, tell her she's beautiful, tell her, you know, you like to know her or whatever. But if the setting is not like that, you see she's alone, you see she's walking, you see that she's not comfortable, you see that, just leave the woman be. Leave her be. Leave her be. Leave her be. And I feel like I've missed some points, but you know, leave them in the comment section below. And if there's something here that I've said that you don't agree with, leave them in the comment section below too. And I just really want this to be a positive video. I don't want to look down on people or make people feel bad. That's not what this is about, really and truly. This is about us moving forward, us moving ahead, us trying to resolve this. And if you have a problem with this video, I'm not the problem, sorry to say. Yeah, anyways, that's it from me today, and I hope you all enjoy this, and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.